Hi, my name's Guy. I'm one of the business coaches at Upcoach, and this is a story about numbers. You may not understand all of your numbers, you may ignore them at times, but ignore them at your peril. And this story is about a guy called Wayne, and he started a business about 18 months ago, which was importing big equipment for big industrial machinery. He knew the machinery, he knew the parts, he actually knew where to source them from, and he had relationships with many of the clients. He called us in because he was a person who had a full-time job with an expertise, but he hadn't run a business before. One of the things that we do when we first start working with a client is what we call discovery. We'll do both qualitative and quantitative. So we look at clients, we look at suppliers, and on the numbers side, we look at pricing, costing, and we also look at profitability, assets and liabilities. It became clear in the first meeting that some things didn't add up. So we had conflicting numbers for cost of goods sold out of different systems, different inventory. We saw a P&L, it looked like it was profitable, but there were some red flags. Towards the end of that first session, we were alerted to a tax bill coming up, both an income tax bill and a GST bill, and it didn't seem right. Wayne we were a little stressed, so he brought us in because he wasn't sure what he didn't know about running a business. He also had some tight cash flow, and these bills were weighing on his mind. What we did was we worked with Wayne to get a bookkeeper, and we provided all of those details to the bookkeeper, and the bookkeeper went away to reconcile, understand, frankly to rebuild up. The bookkeeper came back about a week and a half. She'd spent 25 hours, and unsurprisingly to us, but pleasantly surprisingly to Wayne, that income tax bill was largely extinguished, as was the GST bill. So massive, massive relief. The bookkeeper has stayed on, and we continue to work with Wayne on the business side of things. And Wayne learned a really valuable lesson, which is I may not be across all of the numbers, I may not understand them all, but I need to spend time on them, and I need to have somebody in my corner working with me on them, because they're an indication of how well the strategies that you put in place are actually going. So if you aren't going through your numbers with a third party, if you're not sure of them, then I'd encourage you to go and spend the time understanding them. They are critical to your business, as was the case with Wayne. We're continuing to work with Wayne. We're pretty confident that he's going to get through some of the early growth stages, and he's going to have a really fabulous, prosperous business.